This is Tank's Vlog, wrapping up the day in sports for August 12, 2017. A nation's holding its breath in Washington as Bryce Harper went down with an ugly-looking knee injury. Now, this is one of the problems with the balanced schedule, the unbalanced schedule. You get these teams that just come in once, so they're under the gun to play this series with the San Francisco Giants in Washington. Now, it rained all day yesterday. They had to rain it out. So there's a doubleheader tomorrow. So it's raining again today. So they have to get the game in. So after a long delay, they finally start the game. It's still raining a little bit. So Bryce Harper runs down the first base line. He slips. And there goes his season. There's no official word yet. He has an MRI scheduled tomorrow, but it doesn't look good. This is the MVP candidate in the National League, and who knows if he's going to play again this season. I mean, he could put no weight on it. He had to be helped off the field. They're calling it a hyperextension for now, but an MRI is scheduled. So it will be a big blow to the Washington Nationals. Not for the regular season. They've already won the East. The East is already done. It's c'est la vie. It's over. The Mets, they imploded this year. They continue to trade players for nothing. Neil Walker's gone now. They traded him today to the Milwaukee Brewers for a used copy of a VHS copy, mind you, of Major League autographed by Bob Uecker. And then they will proceed to go out there and give a lifeless effort against the Phillies. And you know, Sunday, tomorrow, they're going to lose that game, of course. So the only good thing for the Mets today is that Steven Matz wasn't awful. He got the loss. He gave up a couple of runs, but at least it was a decent outing. I could say that about that. But this team just going to be bad the rest of the way, and if they don't spend any money, 2018 is not going to get any better. And despite the injury for the Nationals, they won. They beat the lousy Giants, so they have a 14.5 game lead. You look at the across baseball this year, there's not a lot of good races setting up. The Dodgers, who won again today, 82-34 now. Get this, the Dodgers, if they go 18-28 the rest of the way, they'll win 100 games. That's 10 games below 500. That's mind-boggling. Jeez. 17-game lead over the Rockies and Nationals, who, by the way, are the wild card leaders. And the wild card still is getting a little closer as the Cardinals make the run, but the Cardinals have bigger goals on their mind. They're now tied with the Cubs. The Cubs have lost 7 out of 10, lost today in Arizona. They're playing that lethargic, underachieving baseball that they played in the first half. And the Cardinals, red hot, 8 straight wins now. They're now 61-56 and in a virtual tie in National League Central. And that might be the only race for the playoffs in the National League. The wild card is... Diamondbacks have a 5-game lead on the Cardinals. So that's going to be interesting to see how this shapes up. But the Dodgers just continue to win at a monstrous pace. Best team in the American League, though, the Astros, are in a horrendous slump. They've lost 5 in a row now. They've lost 8 out of 10. They just haven't played good baseball the last month. It's going to be interesting to see if they could get things going again. But they still have a 12-game lead, so unless they just continue to implode, they should definitely take that. Perhaps one of the closest races in the American League will be the American League East, where the Red Sox and Yankees are facing each other this weekend. Yankees, after a big win Friday, a bad loss for Red Sox, gave that game right back today. Andrew Benintendi, a pair of 3-run homers. And Chris Sale going on Sunday night. Red Sox could be leaving the Bronx with a nice 5.5 game lead. So they might be starting to pull away there. And in the Central, the Indians have been taking it to the Rays lately, and the Twins and Royals, they're playing mediocre baseball as of late. And so they now have a 4.5 game lead. So there may not be a lot of great races. The wild card looks wide open in the American League, but that's about it. So it's going to be interesting to see how this shapes up the rest of the way. Sunday will be the final round of the last major of the year in golf. The PGA in Quail in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, what is it with the PGA Championship? You always get these, names you never heard of. Jordan Spieth's out of the tournament. There's no Rory McIlroy. It's you always get a lot of weird names. I mean, as of right now, at -7, Kevin Kisner has a one-stroke lead on Chris Stroud and Hideki Matsuyama. So you don't have a lot of big names atop this leaderboard. Justin Thomas is in the running. Louis Oosthuizen. I mean, Grayson Murray. And it always seems traditionally that the PGA Championship, the last major of the year, always brings out the unknown who makes a big run. Today's 3 stars are Andrew Benintendi of the Red Sox with those 2 3-run homers. Mike Clevinger of the Cleveland Indians, who in a blood clot uniform on 70s night in Tampa had a great game for the Indians, allowing just 4 hits in 7 innings while striking out 9. And Aaron Nola, who put the Mets bats to sleep and ended the Mets' long winning streak down at Citizens Bank Ballpark. Today's birthday shout-out goes to Bobby Clark, who turned 68. Longtime legendary Philadelphia Flyer, Broad Street Bully. And at Barstool Sports, we take a look back at the 3,000 hit by Lou Brock. Take a look back at the trade that sent him to St. Louis. He got his 3,000 hit off the Cubs, ironically enough. A trade the Cubs, still to this day, bothers them. Probably one of the 5 worst trades of all time was Brock for Ernie Broglio. So we take a full look back at Barstool Sports and at sportsencyclopedia.com, where sports history lives. Good day.